and was the holy Lamb of God in England's pleasant pastures seen, and did the countenance divine shine forth upon those silent hills, and was Jerusalem builded here among those dark satanic mills.
Because we work with each other and we sit next to each other at work, we were saying that there should be more opportunities where we could get together with other women and share knowledge and experience. And we were thinking about creating something ourselves, and then we realised actually it already existed, and that was the WI.
I went along to the first night where they had a meeting just to see sort of if there was any interest, and I'd only just recently moved back to Norwich. So I went along to the meeting, and it was a full room, wasn't it? It was a fantastic turnout. And that night there was opportunity to put your name down if you wanted to be part of the committee. And I did, and a few weeks later maybe, I found out I'd got VP.
It's an organisation for like-minded women, so that everybody can go there. Their circumstances and their backgrounds are all so varied and so different. And you say about husbands being supportive, the ones who are there are really supportive. But also, there's lots of ladies come who are on their own, or they've got husbands who they look after 24 hours a day. And this is their special time for them to be on their own. They can talk to other people, they can find out there's other people there in the same circumstances, and they don't feel quite so alone. But they can forget all that and just come along and just be part of something a bit bigger, you know. And even if they just come to the monthly meetings and then go away, they've had a couple of hours relaxed and sort of regenerated to go back. And I think that's probably one of the biggest points about each individual WI, rather than the umbrella of the great big federation and everything. That I think it just comes down to these little knots of where it works for those groups of people, and that is just, well, it doesn't happen anywhere else, does it? There is nothing else that women can go to and feel that comfortable.
I was a little girl and I felt as if I was a member all the time, because Mummy was president of that for a long time, and after school I used to go to the meeting with other little girls, and that was very nice. But we're thrilled to have one at Thurton. It is run very correctly. We do stick to our rules, and we do like it to be kept like that, and our president, she keeps us in order with that. And each time if we've had a different president, we have followed the rules right from how the first lady started us off. And so, but it's a very relaxed WI, lots of fun, lots of pleasure.
We've just grown up all together. It's been a huge success in keeping friendship, keeping community alive, basically. And I think that's great strength of the WI.
When I go there and we have the meeting, I come out and it's like a tonic.
I'd say our group is known for its jolliness, it's always drinking and always eating cake. The cake and quiz night that we had last year was amazing. Never had a hangover quite like that.
We had a party, our birthday party, and of course it comes at Christmas time, and so we make it birthday come Christmas. We finish up with carols. But one year we had the Bunny Girls. That was great fun. We took that to an old people's home, and where they all enjoyed it, but the old boys, the old gentlemen, were after our bunny tails. And the gentleman who's in charge, he said, I don't think you ought to come like that again, Eileen, because you lot put their blood pressure up.
I like the WI because it's got so many things going on. There's so many different groups that meet regularly. It's got a great big pot that you can dip into and take it out as much or as little as you like, and consequently get as much or as little back from it, whatever you want to do. It was just getting out and about, doing things that perhaps you wouldn't do on your own. My husband's quite ill, so we don't go out and do a lot together. So this has given me an opportunity to have a kind of life for myself.
About 4 years ago, I met a present member, who said to me, why are you not a member of our local WI? So I went with her one evening. She came and collected me, and I went with her. And I met a group of really nice ladies who were very friendly, very welcoming. And I realised that they did an awful lot more than I really ever thought they did, which I enjoy very much.
Each WI has got different hobbies, different crafts, different interests. They've got walking interests, they go temping bowling, they go playing darts, and then you've got the education side, you know, so each one is so very, very different.
We have a fantastic book group, which I've always found it, just my kind of book group. We discuss lots of books, and then we have a big gossip, which of course for me as new to the area was absolutely fascinating.
Yes, I remember I became a member in 1991 I became a member of Ormsby, and it was because they had a dabble day. I'm very interested in crafts of all kinds, and they were showing how to do tatting. I always wanted to know how to do tatting, so I came along to that day, which was an open day, open to everybody, and they showed me how to do tatting, and I met people, and it seemed very pleasant.
You know, the WI, you can have one session a month and think, you know, like I did, I've suddenly developed an obsession with crochet. I never knew that I would, but I definitely can't knit.
But that's
that was
another
the worst thing
aspect
ever.
of the WI, isn't it? That you go to something, you would never have those opportunities normally. So when you go and there's a random meet and you think, oh goodness, I can't knit or I can't crochet, and it's there in front, you think, well, I'll have a go at it, I'll give it a whirl. And before you know it, you've created a piece of fine art. And it does, it has a desire, and it brings it out in you.
Oh, I've got so many hobbies, hence I've got no end of stuff to be finished when I get time to do it. I love embroidery, I love tapestry, I love photography.
I'm part of the Golden Triangle Girls Craft Club that's on a Saturday. That's great fun. Last year we did Christmas wreaths, and that was great fun. Bit prickly, but really, really good fun. And it looked beautiful on Christmas Day in the middle of the table. For the wreath making, pretty much everything that I bought came from Blickling Hall, where I work here, which was very useful for me and everyone else that was going as well. They all got bits of holly and with everything with the berries on, so it was really good. My job here just is perfect for that. I look forward to coming to work every day. I enjoy the work that I do. I love my team that I work for, and working for the National Trust as well, which has so much history within Britain, just like the WI. It's really powerful, and I love being a part of it.
I quite like the activity ones because I'm not very crafty or particularly good at cooking, so anything that gets me thinking and, you know, enhances that skill is always quite good for me. We liked the fuchsia one, didn't we?
Oh yes, that was
Yeah, it
lovely,
was
yes,
brilliant.
and I
Books
put into
and
practice
fuchsias.
some of his hints, that's right.
We've done some cuttings, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we got 3 fuchsias growing nicely now.
That's right, yes. And we did have a nice trip to the garden, Rose Garden once as well.
It's opened my mind to other things. You know, you tend to, as you get older, you tend to sort of be in your own little box, and you're afraid to try new things. But I realise that it doesn't matter if I don't do them well. No one's going to laugh at me. It's just the sheer enjoyment of trying to do them.
I have learnt a lot through being in the WI. I've learnt a lot. We've had classes on different things throughout the years, and although my mother was never 95 when I lost her, she would say, you can learn something every day, dear, however old you are. And I think that is quite true.
Unfortunately, I became ill with cancer in the spring of 91. And again, they were ever so good, because I'm Danish, you see. And they had a member, Pam Pierce, and she was learning Danish, because her daughter was married to a Dane, a Thatcher of all things, and so she came round and visited, although I've only been to the meetings a couple of times, which was, really encouraging. And so I finished my treatment in 13th of January 1992, which is why now I've got curly hair. It was straight before.
Really, there was a long waiting list. It was 90 strong, and there was a waiting list getting. So I said to the president, I remember her name, Christine. I said, Christine, you want me? I said, I can play Jerusalem, and I said, I'm committee material. Right, we'll have you. And that was it. One of the ladies had played Jerusalem. She was sick or something, so straight away I was playing Jerusalem on this really old piano. It's horrible. But then sort of everybody knew me, didn't they? Because I was playing piano. There's Pan playing the piano. So I was well in, if you like.
I always wanted to be secretary. I've been secretary all my life, and to me, I thought, I'm going to be there one day. I will get that job. I begrudgingly looked at other people doing this job. When I do it, I'll have the newsletter looking like this, and so yeah, it was something I always wanted to do. And then must have been about a year and a half ago now, and I started. I sort of put my name forward and got the job. So, and I've absolutely loved it, although it takes up a lot of my time.